Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Northernlion's Sisyphusian task of trying to beat Apollo's Platformality 2-2 level in Super Mario Maker 2. Let me inform you, it's 2 days later. I did get to the checkpoint again. That's where I didn't want to start the video by doing checkpoint 1 again. But it took me about 10-15 minutes. So really not even that fast as compared to our previous attempts, but like, the level's hard. Here's the thing. I ain't keeping this. I recognize I could put my Switch in a suspended state, hyperbaric time chamber to not lose my previous progress. But ain't nobody got time for that, dude. I'm trying to play Animal Crossing out here. So we're gonna continue. That's not. Oh, it is close enough. Okay, just kill me. We're gonna continue. Previously I so naively thought this might be a 2-part series. We're here, part 3 of X. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I no longer have the same confidence. I know it can be beaten. I don't know how long it will take us to beat, so with like 5 days remaining, I don't know if I have time. I know I have the ability, given infinite time. But we're just gonna try, you know, we're gonna keep the same psyche under control. I have recently, and this is not gamesmanship, I've recently informed all of my Checkpoint League colleagues to learn from my mistakes. A week of practice, you know, let me put it this way. If you're gonna practice for Checkpoint League to maximize your performance and results, doing this for 6 hours is probably not what's gonna give you the best results, would be my guess. I don't know that for certain, but that would be my guess. Why not practice a broad range of obstacles? Oh, hello, Tomo. You're not supposed to be, there, and I couldn't see the screen, but that's alright. Goodbye, my son. Sometimes he likes to hide behind the monitor I look at to play Switch, but I don't know, maybe it was heating up because of the Mario Maker pixels. You'd be better off practicing P-jumps, shell throws, spin jump mazes, instead of this single-minded menagerie of malevolence. So close, so close. That's all right. I've rebuilt brick by brick my mind fortress. As far as I'm concerned, this video could not even be recording. My mental state would be untouched, not unhinged, untouched. That was just too fast, too fast. I really, it's like I got the sword. You know, are you familiar with the Arthurian myth? By the way, what percentage of people on Earth, if you asked them to name a British king, would name King Arthur? I think if you're from England, you don't get to answer. Or the United Kingdom, I should say. Because it's too easy for you. That's like asking me to name 5 Canadian Prime Ministers. It's easy. Mackenzie King, Robert Borden, Justin Trudeau, Pierre Trudeau, Stephen Harper, Jean Chrétien, Paul Martin, etc. Sorry, I'm focusing on other stuff right now, okay? I bet King Henry VIII would be first. That would be my expectation. And maybe King George. King George II, because of the King's Speech. I think King Arthur would be the third listed. He might be first, dude. I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, but I got the sword halfway out of the stone. So to go home and be like, no, I don't want Excalibur. I would prefer not to. So I just gotta get myself back in the same mindset I was in on Friday when I recorded the first... When I recorded the first bulk of these episodes. What's that mindset? Oh, it's so simple. Even if you don't get the result you wanted, you're getting a result. What's the result? We're learning. We're getting better as a result of the fact that we're practicing. Now, there's also an economic concern. You know, I work a lot. Perhaps you've reached the point where you're like, my God, NL, I'm getting monitor burn-in from seeing the same obstacles over and over. I understand. The philosophy I'm going to use for these videos is twofold. The first is, it's 1 week. It's a 1 week challenge. So, it's not like it's going to disrupt content long term. Secondly, it's not going to disrupt content at all. You're going to get all the same stuff. You're just going to get this in return. That's too early. This in addition, I should say. This in addition. I was very frustrated. I'm gonna be honest with you and open with you about my frustrations. I watched Apollo a little bit. First off, remember how we saw Room 8? That we've seen like 1% of it. I was very upset when I talked to Apollo and I was like, your level's too hard. And he said, how far did you get? And I said, I got to the outside. He said, how far did you get on that screen? And I said, I got to the thing that says Z. And he said, you haven't even gotten started. What would possess a person to make a level this hard and then make the final screen even harder? Some kind of deep character flaw that, I mean, we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg with Checkpoint League is my guess. But then also, I watched him play a little bit of his own level because I guess he was inspired by Checkpoint League on Friday. And he said, I'm going to play through this again. And he struggled. It's a hard level. It's hard even if you made it. But he was talking about his philosophy when he made it, and his whole chat was like, hey, remember when you made this level? And like, then you went back later and made it harder? It's okay. This was one of the first levels, I believe, made for Checkpoint League. This one is more, I'll admit, and he deserves one. He deserves one. This level is more of a flex of his ability to create a tough level than a level that's balanced between toughness and, you know, player entertainment. And that's fine, you know. Even Radiohead, they didn't knock it out of the park on their first album. It took them a little bit. And from that point onwards, they were incredibly consistent. This level, though, is a mistake. This one's slightly too far. Or actually, I'll admit, markedly too far. It was very frustrating in Discord. He described this level to me as, it's very beatable. Now, is it beatable? Yes. Is it very beatable? I feel like the word very is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. It has a 0.07% clear rate. It had a 0.08 when we started. On the Checkpoint League. And then when I went into his chat and was like, it's not very beatable, it's only literally beatable, people were like, yeah, well, 3 more people beat it yesterday. Yeah, and disproportionately, even more than average people failed it yesterday. 3 people beat it, but like 25,000 people failed. You gotta take a stats class. Ooh, that was tight. Okay, focus on this one. Look at the shoes. I thought that one was makeable. Okay, we know the maze. The maze in here, it's touchy, but it's also fast, which I think actually makes things a little easier. I give us a 25% chance here, which is optimistic. Oh, the shoes. Luigi, you can't just wear size 4s? Come on, buddy. Anyway. It's just one of those things where a creator can't appreciate their work appropriately. It's very beatable. Yeah, is that really what you would say is very beatable? It took you 12 hours to clear check it? So if it only took 10 hours, it's extraordinarily beatable. He's done it. That's alright. The further away the dopamine is, the sweeter the release. That's perfect. I'm also going to say I do that part better than Apollo. I watched him play that stage yesterday. I think I could teach him a thing or two about how to do that stage, personally. Okay, 25. Beautiful. Okay, we went too early. That one's really touchy, though, because if you ever go back and try to reposition yourself, I don't think you can make it in time. So, like, you're going to fall too far. I think what you got to do is actually slow down a little mid-run if you don't like your position. But that's much easier said than done. So I'll level with you. Like, we got to make it to stage 8 first. Room 8. And we're probably going to have to do that at least a dozen times to even figure out what we're going to do on that room. I will never do this again At least not on YouTube, for the record. Really, like, there's a little bit of resentment building for Apollo here. It's not his fault predominantly. You know, it was my choice to go for this meaningless extra point. The thing that I resent is that you can't save being at a checkpoint. So every session that I record of this is a mental gauntlet because I can't record one video for an hour and then come back in a day. You know, I have to do it all in one go, otherwise I have to beat the checkpoint again just to get back to that point. Normally this would not be a problem until last month. I wasn't using my Switch every day, but recently the best Switch game of all time, Animal Crossing New Horizons, came out, and it necessitates, well, it benefits from logging in every day. To offer this challenge is serendipitous timing, let's put it that way. But we'll keep trying. Again, it's more at this point, it's not about Mario. Woohoo! It's about mental strength. Think about what we'll be able to accomplish if we can grin and bear it for long enough to get through this gauntlet of levels. It will be better at Mario than I've ever been in my entire life. We're probably already there. But on top of that, I mean, I honestly feel like I was mentally strengthened by playing this on Friday. When Saturday rolled around, I woke up and was like, okay, cup of coffee, set my videos, do the dishes. You know what? It's only like 10:30 a.m. Let's go clean all the bathrooms. Cleaned all the bathrooms. Did some business stuff. Some bureaucratic stuff. Responded to some emails. It was like 1:30 p.m. You know, I was insanely productive yesterday. You know why I was, and I mean in a good way, in a way that keeps me mentally in a good spot. You know why I was productive? Because the whole time I was just going, you know, I hate reading this big form, but on the other hand, it could be worse. I could be playing Platformality 3-2. He's done it. I look at this in the same way, mentally, that I think I would look at running like a marathon. Not that I have the physical cardiovascular capacity to do that right now, but, you know, having been on some long runs, not 26.2 miles, but some long runs, you know? Third of the way through, things start to hurt, you start to get a little winded. That struggle, way too slow, by the way. That struggle just makes it that much sweeter when you actually cross the finish line, and sometimes you cross the finish line and you go, you know, oh baby, I think I could go for like another half mile here. Turns out, it's not that the level is making us stronger. We're uncovering a hidden strength we didn't even know we had. Now, I'm still, I want to keep your expectations in check. We haven't even seen the outdoors yet. And that's our sticking point. So, you know, we're getting back in the groove, getting a little bit more consistent at this stuff right here. I'm happy about that, but there's some trial and error to be involved for sure at the outside. Just a reminder, the level creator described this as very beatable. This is his description of very beatable. That's like a rock being very edible. Yeah, there was one dude who ate rocks and glass and like airplane seats and stuff like that. It's doable, dude. The thing that scares me the most is that Panga, who is considered one of the best Mario Maker players in the world, played through a lot of Apollo's levels. He looked at this one and then skipped it. And then he did the greatest trick the devil's ever pulled. He just said, I don't really like levels like that. I'm gonna have to put that one in my back pocket for later. Now that's a heck of a tool to put in the toolbox. Now to be fair, he's good enough at Mario Maker to know what he likes and he doesn't like. But hey, that's like the valedictorian using the dog ate my homework. You can get away with it one time. You can get away with it one time, Panga. I'm not suggesting you can't beat the level. That would be very foolhardy. Nor am I suggesting my skills are on par with yours. I mean, minimum, you're one order of magnitude ahead. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 3. But minimum 10 times better than me. And I mean that sincerely. Like, B-Rex beat this level in an hour. Bananasaurus Rex. So you're like, oh, B-Rex beat it in an hour. Shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, I mean, B-Rex also did an eggplant run in Spelunky. Got like a 2 million score in Spelunky, which took like 8 hours. Was a world record holding speedrunner for Portal 2. Etc., etc. You know, that's the level of competition we're dealing with here. Oh, that hurts. Can I bring something up, by the way? On stage 2, I think Apollo has revealed his resinous nature. I'll show you when we get there. I only have 1 second to talk about it while the platforms are falling, but... Okay, I just got lost in my own head. But he puts 2 bumpers there. I personally guarantee those bumpers are there because he was falling off a lot. You know, there's no other reason to me that it makes sense. Every other jump requires precise twitch muscle movement to adjust yourself a quarter of a pixel in the air. Those ones, I bet he was like, dude, this game is so freaking slippery. It's BS, dude. So we put those there to keep himself from falling. That's my... Just so you know, like, of course, why wouldn't you build the level to adjust for your own weaknesses? And then use it to expose and exploit the weaknesses of your competitors. Well, not competitor. I guess we're collaborators, but not for this week. Not for this week. Like those bumpers? Why put those there? Well, you couldn't teach yourself how to slow down? That was... Oh, I thought we were off on that one. See, I can do it. I don't... like, why would you need the bumpers to be there? It just doesn't make sense. Why did you build in some tolerance there to make things nice? I don't understand. They're not necessary. Probably too slow. Oh god, I thought they were gonna close in on me. Okay, get ready. At least we made it. See that? And it's not necessarily Apollo's fault. But really, the only variable you need there, if you're going full speed, is jump release. To have the jump not be at the very edge is malevolent game design. But, what can I say? I think that he might be a malevolent level designer. Or at least in this one, he is. Most of the other ones have not been this bad. And all the other ones have not been this bad, actually. Yahoo. We're in, boys. Okay. I mean, level 1 and level 2... Honestly, I have no memory of stage 2 on that one. That's how well we did there. Stage 3 is a toss-up. Still spiced. Or is it? Oh, baby, I love my way. Okay, so we gotta leave on like the second block, or 3/4 of the way through the second block from the end. Of course, I could have told you that. It's all right. We're getting there. We need the practice on stage 4. Again, we have not even gotten started on stage 4, which is, again, if you don't like these videos, I understand. Trust me, you're watching the same thing over and over. I know you're like, we're watching a man slowly lose his mind. You're not. You're watching a man realize the power his mind has held this whole time. If anything, you might be losing your mind watching this. I understand. I understand in a big way. But don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at the person navigating the maze. Be mad at the maze designer. It's like being mad at the tributes in the Hunger Games instead of being mad at Donald Sutherland and Wes Bentley. That's okay. Everything's going fine. We actually, I think we've had unexpected positive progress in this video. And I've mentally steeled myself for the possibility, because I got to stream in, woohoo, about an hour. But we're not streaming from the Switch. So I'll be able to play a little bit more this afternoon. But if we don't beat the level, then I will get back to the checkpoint and we will try to beat it again. And if we don't beat it by Friday, when it's supposed to be beaten by, maybe we'll beat it anyway. Maybe we'll beat it anyway, just to prove we're not beatable. Because it ain't the size of the dog in the freaking fight. Oh, we were so close on that one. It's the size of the fight in the dog. But if and this is not salt. This is like, I'm speaking with a sober and calm mindset. I do have a problem with the design of this level. And I brought it up with Apollo, and he said, that's fair, this one was too hard and it was a mistake to include it. I understand just owning that, because like once you've spent 30 hours making this level, you don't really want to be like, I'm going to yeet it, because people will be miserable for 45 minutes. But my main problem with the design of this level is that, because, I mean, really, can I give you the honest, hard truth? There's 3 checkpoints, or you can use 2 checkpoints per level. And he only used 1. Which to me, I get that it makes the symmetry of the map look nicer. But I think is a little bit needlessly anti-player. That's my 2 cents on that subject. And the main thing that bothers me, like I think there should be a checkpoint after this room. Now it looks easy, but the reason there should be a checkpoint is not because of what came before it being tough, but because of what comes after it requiring a lot of trial and error. Like forcing you to get here. Way too late. Forcing you to get here just to take 20 or 30 tries to figure out how to make it through the room is, in my opinion, the worst part of an otherwise pretty decent level. I hit the wrong button on my controller. I'm not sure if you noticed. So that's my main problem. I really think, and the problem is, once you've beaten it, if you want to add a checkpoint, you have to clear check the whole level again. But I really think a checkpoint after room 6, and this level is not nearly as bad. It would still be tough, but the toughness is less. Can you do all 4 levels without making a mistake in a row? And much more, can you learn the steps necessary to beat the hard rooms? You know, room 7 and room 8, which I keep interchangeably calling room 3 and room 4. Like, why not put a checkpoint there? Come on. That's just mean. It's mean to yourself, too. Imagine what you could have done with that time. I mean, this jump, to be honest with you, is a little mean as well. The first 2 stages, I have very little, or the first 2 rooms of this, I have very little problem with, actually. I actually really like room 2. I think the second room with the chompers, I think that's a perfectly designed room, because all you have to do is make 2 very, very tough jumps. This room is also pretty fun, I think. Problem is, I have no idea what room 8 is like, because I keep screwing up 1 jump and then having to take 15 minutes just to get another crack. Okay, very nice. That's my bad. I should have released it earlier. But, you know, as you can see, we're getting way more consistent. Like, this is, I mean, it's sincerely what I've been saying for the whole time. Even if you don't get the point. We might earn more than 1 tiebreaker point. Just based on the fact that I've practiced so much here that I'm going to be perhaps a force to be reckoned with afterwards. Or maybe I'll end up eating those words. Very nice stuff. This room still, it's really, like, I don't want to jinx myself, but we can die anywhere on this level, but the last jump of this one is the real sticking point right now. Okay. We get another crack. We get another crack at the bat. That's what you like to see. You know, like, just a checkpoint slightly earlier would be nice. Don't get me wrong. I feel a great sense of satisfaction when I complete room 1 and room 2. But, like, from a level designer standpoint, how many... And people will be like, well, why don't you just put a checkpoint, make it easier, haha, wah, wah, I'm a baby. Okay, why not remove all the checkpoints? You know, you could use the mean-spirited argument either way. Well, if you just got better at rooms 1 through 4, you wouldn't need the checkpoint. Well, yeah, but every time you made a stupid mistake, you would have to go through, you know, 7 rooms that you actually already... Uh-oh. See ya. 7 rooms you already, like, understand how to beat over and over again. It's like getting, you know, the last question wrong on your chemistry exam and having to rewrite the whole test just to learn the answer. I deem it unsatisfying. But it's okay, because I know this level will never show up in the playoffs again, because... I mean, the reception of the level from the audience has been okay, but from my other fellow Checkpoint League competitors, I mean, people want to see flags hit. I understand. Here's one idea you could do. Put another flag in the level, then people might hit it. What's scary, too, is that, like... Checkpoint 1 is so much easier than Checkpoint 2. And I don't know if anybody else has even hit... Oh, that's not going to do it. I don't know if anybody else has even hit Checkpoint 1 yet. So, like, when you might think I was playing... It was a gamesmanship play when I talked to the other Checkpoint League competitors and went, don't do this. It was not. It was a play for the health of their streams, videos, and businesses, you know? You'd have to be as stupid as I am to actually take this challenge on. And I do want to say, you might be thinking, man, this guy's bad at Mario Maker, why doesn't he just jump right? Of all the people in Checkpoint League, I got the furthest on this level, in the first hour at least. So I'm coming at this from like the Ninja Warrior mindset. I'm telling you. NBC, your new Ninja Warrior course is too hard. It's gonna be bad for ratings. Okay, just make it past the first saw, at least. The second jump has to be further along. We're gonna get there. I felt some... It was like... I felt some sourness in the pit of my soul there. It wasn't like, you know, bile, but it was just like... It was the hormonal equivalent of a long sigh. It is just like, what's wrong with you? I'm now actually, like, I'm not mad, but I'm like, I get in Apollo's head. He was like, you know what? It'd be a fun thing to do to offer a bonus point for anybody who wants to beat the level. Now I'm like, I feel like he's that radio station that offered, like, the hold your Wii for a Wii, and the lady died. Yes, you know, there's human agency involved. I could say no at any point, but we got a little sunk cost fallacy going on here. I'm not saying I'm going to sue him, because who knows? The watch time on these videos might be incredible. YouTube Premium might be paying dividends right now. But I'm a little upset. Only satirically, but still. Great work. Good yeet. Alright. We're probably going to go for maybe 35 to 40 minutes here. And then we'll segment it into another video. The saga continues. Oh. There can be no doubt we're getting a lot better. Okay. That's the furthest we've ever seen. It took us half an hour to add a new PB, but I'll take it. I still think that is not even close, by the way, which should tell you everything you need to know. about the level designer of this level. I believe that there's another P you hit, like mid-jumping maze. It's very boomer mindset on this level. It's very beatable. Why don't you just do what I did? Don't go to the movies for 12 years, stop buying lattes, and dedicate a 12-hour stream to beating the level. It's not hard. Kids these days are just afraid of a little elbow grease. I mean, that is... I never thought we would get that twice in a row. Oh, really? How do we clear the saw, but not make it over the P? Alright, let's keep it going here, but I'm impressed with myself. And I'm being 100% sincere. This is not just me buttering up the audience. If you've watched all of these 3 videos so far, I don't care if you've had it on in the background, second monitor, that's fine. Had it on while you're going to sleep, that's fine. But if you're still here, please leave a comment and say, I've watched all 3. Good luck, NL. Because that's amazing to me. You're completing the same test of endurance as I am, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. It gives me the spirit bomb necessary to continue. Okay, but I think that's going to do it for this one. I'll be back to try again. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. We're going to really make an honest attempt at it next time. Thanks for your support, comments, likes, subscriptions. I'll see you next time.